So, hallo, herzlich willkommen zurück zu Let's Play Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Gut, was soll ich sagen? Wir sind gerade nach wie vor bei der Investigation, also der Untersuchung des Falls unbekanntes Opfer, unbekannte Täter. Und ja, da schauen wir doch mal, was wir so rausfinden. Wir haben zumindest rausgefunden, dass eine gewisse Mikro Ikusaba etwas mit diesem Fall zu tun hatte und dass die wohl zu einer Söldnergruppe namens Fenrir gehörte. Und unser werter Herr Togami hier meint, da kenne ich doch was zu, da gab's doch was im Archiv. Also, I believe there was a file related to Fenrir here, somewhere over here. Das sieht mich kurz ein bisschen anders hin. So. Byakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to his shelf in the back. Here we go. He quickly returned with a file in hand. Hätte man nicht einfach direkt den Dialog starten können? Take a look at this. I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way through high school without learning a single word of French? Ich glaube, Französisch ist in Japan nicht unbedingt so nötig. I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, whatever, I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe there was mounting internal tension within the group and they simply imploded.
What?
What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality, the only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here, an unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it. The report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? That's right, it said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Ja, nordischer Weltuntergang. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. What? They got a tattoo of Fenrir? Could that mean... Und damit haben wir schon eine wichtige Information bekommen und so wie es aussieht, geht's jetzt in die Verhandlungen.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us, organisms, the earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial! So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later!
Then the time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
It would seem that way. Let's go. Tja, auf jeden Fall die Information, die wir gerade bekommen haben, war essentiell wichtig. Whoa, Byakuya and Makoto showed up together.
Where the heck have you two been? You just disappeared without a word.
We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point?
Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together? Just the two of you? Huh? What, are you jealous?
Hey.
Oh, are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and brace yourselves. He'll be here any second. Any second. He could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But we stood there for 5 full minutes waiting for something weird to happen. And then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again?
What should we do? Should we keep waiting here or... Oh, what?
Jesus!
Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that?
What? I made you wait? You've got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait.
Huh?
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. We can't start till everyone's here now, can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. But I've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now.
If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around to look.
hey,
I'm here and no rule's been broken. Kyoko!
Kyoko, you're still alive?
No, that's a ghost!
Stop talking. If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to have some of the fun for to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
is that right?
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong?
You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty, officially. But I bet you'll be sorry later. No, I'll make sure you're sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts onto the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you.
When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko. Kyoko!
So you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die.
Thank God, I'm so glad you're okay.
Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us. Huh? He's right, now we've got to deal with a ghost!
I told you, stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial. Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Byakuya stepped into the elevator.
Master, wait for me.
Good call. Who knows what might happen to us if we take too long.
But
I'll be happy when this trial is all over.
One after another, everyone piled into the elevator. But I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Listen, before we get started, I have to ask you, where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you? So
correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms. The second floor?
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that.
Whew.
I had no idea a body had been discovered. Then, when did you find out?
So...
Just now. I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to a trial completely uninformed, can I? So that's why you were late.
However...
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting. But if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to?
Wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words...
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. What? Kyoko's account, yeah.
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can go over all the details after we get through the trial, okay, Makoto? Right now I just want to focus on surviving our current situation.
It would seem...
Because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator. I'm just overthinking what she said, right? Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. And the doors slid shut. This time the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes. But it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was the blinding light of despair.
I can't wait! I can't wait!
Gott, was für schrille Farben hat er denn diesmal rausgesucht? Uah.
I've been waiting for this. I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this. The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Let's get on with the show!
And so the curtain opened for the 5th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal against a deadly riddle, deadly defense, deadly faith, deadly class trial. Eigentlich muss ich gar nicht abspeichern, ich speichere währenddessen ja ständig. So, Set Skills bitte. Haben wir irgendwas Neues? Nö, nix Neues. Kogge. Wenn man sieht es... Ach nee, doch hier, Lost in Thought. Increases the time limit for each phase. Effective during the class trial. Zack, nehmen wir aber sowas von. Los geht's. Jetzt wird's interessant. Wir wissen zumindest so grob, wer starb, aber nicht wer der Täter
Let's
ist.
begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost!
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
One important trait Kyoko has that proves the body doesn't belong to her. Gloves? Yeah. Gesicht und Augen sieht man ja nicht.
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
There's no way that corpse was Kyoko. But if I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. So I don't have any choice but to... Ja, beginnt die übliche Nummer. Make your argument.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
Ah, Fake Nails, klar, die hätte man nicht an bei einem, hätte man nicht drauf bei einem, wenn man Handschuhe trägt. So, I know that body isn't Kyoko's, now we can prove it.
That Kyoko there is... Okay, then prove it. Prove she's...
The dead body wasn't wearing
Okay, jetzt
gloves.
habe ich's wieder.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing...
Ne, falsche Taste, Y war's. So, jetzt habe ich's. Ich muss mich durch die Steuerung gewöhnen. So.
No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
Und ich würde sagen, du bist ein tierischer Vollidiot.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. Aber jetzt haben wir endlich immer mal mehrere Antwortmöglichkeiten, das ist super.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
Da können wir was machen. The one thing that can tell us was on the victim's own body. Yo.
If Kyoko really... Then who died?
There's gotta be some... I don't think so. And there wasn't any description. Oh, if we can't identify the body...
Moment, ich wollte doch... Ah, hab doch noch getroffen.
No, that's wrong.
So schön zwischen den rotierenden Teilen durch.
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real? If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Cruel and unusual death? This I gotta see.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog? Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
If you compare the tattoo to other information we have, the victim's identity should become clear. Here.
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
The image that represents Fenrir ist... super. Da muss ich jetzt allen Ernstes das machen. Hangman's Gambit. Wolf. Ganz im Ernst, dafür ein Minispiel.
Now I understand. The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast.
Ja, eigentlich beendet Fenrir nicht wirklich die Welt. Das macht Surt. Oder Sutur oder Surtur oder wie auch immer man ihn nennen möchte. Mit dem Weltenbrand. Aber egal.
He's the child of the trickster god Loki and the female giant.
Oh, das stimmt wohlgemerkt. Wobei ich den Begriff Jotun definitiv riesen vorziehe, weil die sind nicht immer riesig. Aber egal.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. And that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf. Which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Und ich würde sagen, damit haben wir jetzt erstmal einen relativ unspektakulären Anfang hingelegt. Aber wenn ich so auf die Uhr gucke, würde ich sagen, machen wir hier einen Schnitt. Ich hoffe, ihr habt Spaß, lasst konstruktive Kritik, vielleicht ein Däumchen nach oben, da wenn es euch soweit gefallen hat. Und dann schauen wir, wie sich dieser spannende Fall noch aufklären lässt. Wer war der Mörder? Lasst mal vielleicht eine Vermutung in den Kommentaren. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Cheerio!